Jason had always been a dreamer. From a young age, he had a clear vision of what he wanted to achieve. He dreamed of becoming a professional musician, playing on grand stages for people from all around the world. However, his journey was not going to be as smooth as he had imagined. Jason came from a small town where opportunities were few and resources even fewer. His family had little money, and they couldn't afford to buy him fancy instruments or pay for expensive music lessons. But Jason had something that money couldn't buy: passion. Every day after school, he would spend hours playing his old guitar, practicing with whatever resources he could get his hands on. He would listen to his favorite songs and try to mimic the notes, determined to master every chord, every melody. But as the years went by, it seemed like his dreams were becoming more and more distant. When he was 18, Jason decided to audition for a prestigious music school. He had worked hard, learning everything he could on his own, and he was confident that this was his chance. But when the results came in, he was crushed. He didn't make it. At first, Jason thought about giving up. He felt like he wasn't good enough, that his lack of formal training had held him back. His friends and family told him to focus on something more practical, something that would provide stability. "Maybe you should look at a different career path," his father suggested gently. But Jason refused to accept that his dream was over. He knew the power of persistence. He had seen it in the stories of famous musicians who had faced rejection time and time again. He wasn't going to let one failure define him. Instead of giving up, Jason decided to work harder. He started taking online courses, watching tutorials, and attending free workshops whenever he could. He played at local coffee shops, clubs, and any place that would let him perform. Every performance, no matter how small, taught him something new. He learned to overcome his nerves, perfect his technique, and connect with his audience. Jason faced rejection again and again. He auditioned for bands and record labels, but no one seemed interested. He spent years playing small gigs, making little money, and living in a tiny apartment. There were times when he felt like quitting, when the weight of his dreams seemed too heavy to carry. But every time he thought about giving up, he remembered the power of persistence. He knew that success wasn't guaranteed, but giving up was certain failure. Finally, after years of relentless effort, Jason's big break came. A well-known music producer was at one of his gigs, and after the show, he approached Jason with an offer to record an album. It wasn't an instant path to fame, but it was the start of something huge. The album sold well, and Jason's music began to reach audiences around the world. Looking back, Jason realized that the journey was never about the destination, it was about the lessons he learned along the way. Every failure, every setback had been a stepping stone toward his success. Persistence had been his greatest ally, and through it, he had grown not just as a musician, but as a person. Jason now travels the world, performing on stages he once only dreamed of. But he never forgets the struggles he faced to get here, and the power of persistence that kept him going when the world told him to stop. In his heart, he knows that no matter what happens, he will never stop chasing his dreams.